wanted to talk to you a little bit more about meal prep and meal planning. I say this all the time because I have learned this to be so true in my own journey. I've been at the Beachbody journey for almost exactly 6 years. I was into health and fitness prior to Beachbody. I was a very avid gym goer. I went to the Y every single day, Monday through Friday. But I shifted to Beachbody, and I'll tell you more of my story later. And one of the missing pieces that I very quickly learned was my nutrition. I had been eating quite well, very well, considering like the societal norms and what the average American eats. But I had room for improvement and I didn't even realize it. I just wanted convenient at-home workouts, and I started those and I fell in love with those. And eventually, for me, it was during 80-day obsession, I went all in with my nutrition with the Portion Fix. I even did timed nutrition. And in those 80 days, I got phenomenal results, like mind-blowing results that I didn't even know were possible. I wasn't even looking for, but it was all because I really fine-tuned and became very intentional about my nutrition. So if you're one of my clients, you hear me talk all the time about how important nutrition it is. It is the key to success. So I want to encourage you during this prep week to really take a look at your own nutrition. Make sure you choose the Portion Fix, the 2B Mindset, the Gut Protocol. They're all magic. Choose one of those, watch the videos, learn the process, and start to slowly implement it. We do not expect you to have it all down before we start the program on Monday, but we do expect you to start the process, to watch the videos, to learn. If you've been doing this for a while, but you need to kind of get back in track, rewatch some videos if you need to, recalculate your containers if you're doing the Portion Fix or Gut Protocol. Just get back to being very intentional about your nutrition, because if you add in that component during the fitness program, you will see much better results. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what I do. We're getting to the point where we're out of everything. So today's goal for me is to make a grocery list. So stand in the pantry, look at the fridge, go out to the freezer, and make a very thorough grocery list. Go to the grocery store, stick to the list. Not getting anything if it's not on the list. So that is step one for me for prep and meal planning and meal prep. Step two is to come home and do some stuff with that so that things are ready and easy to grab in the fridge. My family is notorious for looking in the fridge and looking in the pantry, and if something is not ready to eat, they just walk away. So we have to have things prepped and ready. One of the things that I am the best at, I'm not great at dinner, but one of my superpowers is my own personal breakfast. A lot of people eat their shakes for breakfast. I do not. I use that as an afternoon snack. That's when I love it. But for breakfast, I am diligent. I am like clockwork. I am militant about my breakfast, and I prep things ahead. So one of my secrets is frozen riced cauliflower. I personally like this brand. If you look at the ingredients, it is just cauliflower, which is perfect. I get a big bag of that. I keep it in the freezer, and then every morning it is the first thing to go in the skillet. I actually rotate that between kale, chopped up sauteed kale that I'm obsessed with, but I rotate those. So today it's the riced cauliflower. I also then put together, and this is actually devoid of tomatoes today, but I put together some pico de gala. Whenever I run out, I set aside 20 minutes and I chop up onions, cilantro, bell pepper, and tomato, and lime juice, and a little bit of salt and pepper. And I just chop that all up. I put it in my container for the fridge. And then I also make steel cut oats. I just take, I use about a cup and a half of water, cup and a half of almond milk, coconut milk, whatever version of milk you want to use. Put those 3 cups in a saucepan, add 1 cup steel cut oats, mix it together, boil it, bring it down to a simmer, and just bring it to the consistency that you like. It will thicken up significantly after it's done. So keep that in mind. I often have to add some liquid, but then I store that in the fridge as well. So in the morning, I come and I put my riced cauliflower in the pan. I put my pico de gala in the pan. I saute it up just a few minutes, less than 5 minutes. I crack 2 eggs into the pan and I make an egg scramble. While that is cooking, I get my steel cut oats. I put them in a little, I have learned that this is about the yellow container. I put it in here. If I need to add a little extra liquid, I do. I add some honey for flavoring and I microwave it. Literally less than 10 minutes, I'm done and I have a breakfast of champions. So that is one of my personal meal prep and planning wins. I come out of breakfast knowing that I really stuck to my containers. I did amazing before I've even started anything for the day. And then I have a plan for the rest of the day. But if something goes a little off kilter, I know I've gotten in a solid veggie, maybe more than one green, my protein, my healthy carb, and it was quick and easy. So that is my meal planning and prepping tip for the day. I would love for you to share one in the comments below. In fact, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Your challenge for today, or your call to action for today for the comments, is to go look in the Portion Fixate library of recipes, or the To Be library of recipes, the Gut Protocol. Go find a brand new recipe. You have not tried it, you have not used it, and add it to the comments below so that we can all get some good ideas as we're prepping and planning for our meal plans for next week. This might be uncomfortable. You might not be someone who loves to cook. You might be someone who's great at cooking, but have totally gotten out of the routine, and your breakfast, lunches, and dinners are a hot mess right now, and that's okay. That is okay. It is actually expected for it to be a little bit uncomfortable. That's where we grow. That's where we improve. That's where we know we're taking a step forward. And take messy action. I'm going to show you. This is not Instagram pretty. People talk about the perfection of Instagram. This right here, folks, this is my counter. My counter is not clean. It is not clear. It is very messy. But what I'm not doing this morning is cleaning my counter. I'm focusing on breakfast because I know to get ready for my day and to handle the mess of life, I have to have a good, healthy, well-intentioned breakfast. So I encourage you to take messy action, whatever that looks like for you. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be beautiful, but it is going to be the right step for you. So find a new recipe, share it below, take some messy action in your own prepping and planning of your meals so that you are absolutely set up for success on Monday.